public hearing into the Titan submersible disaster has revealed the final text messages sent by those on board as they headed towards the wreck of the Titanic.
Sunken cities, vanished ships, long lost treasures, and whatnot. With each dive, divers uncovered secrets that time had tried to bury.
You won't find bodies at Titanic. You won't find skeletons. The bones actually dissolve into solution very rapidly at that depth. What anybody who's explored the wreck finds is pairs of shoes.
So tag along to witness the insane world of depths that will leave you shocked. In June 2023, the Titan submersible tragically broke apart while traveling to the Titanic wreck site, with all 5 people on board lost.
I would like to ask that everyone present please stand for a moment of silence in respect to those persons who perished as a result of this casualty.
In September 2024, the The Coast Guard released underwater video showing the wreckage at a depth of about 3,700 meters. The video showed parts of the submersible, including its tail cone, and helped investigators understand what caused the disaster. The footage was shared during a public hearing to investigate the event and learn how to avoid similar accidents in the future. Ghost ship.
This is an unusual phenomenon. A modern, fairly modern ship, a big steel boat.
Big steel boat, over 300 feet.
Right.
Yeah.
It just appears out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere, ships of this size, it's nearly impossible that they disappear.
In the Caribbean Sea, near the island of Saba, there is a mysterious shipwreck known as the Ghost Ship of Saba Bank. People are still unsure how and why it sank, making it a fascinating mystery. Some investigations reveal that the ship may have been deliberately sunk by its owner. A salvage crew found a valve left open, allowing water to flood the ship. They managed to close it, pump out the water, and bring the ship back to Tortola. However, after the crew removed valuable items, the ship left Tortola in 2000 and was never seen again. The owner passed away in 2001, taking the secret of why the ship was sunk with him. Giant heads. Like Atlantis, the city of Thonis Heracleion was once considered a legend. It was mentioned in a few old inscriptions and texts, but there was no real proof it existed. That changed in 2000, when underwater archaeologist Frank Gaudio was exploring the Abu Qir Bay near the coast of Egypt. While searching, he and his team spotted a giant face rising from the underwater shadows. Gaudio had discovered Thonis Heracleion, a city entirely underwater, located 6.5 kilometers from Alexandria's coast. The site is incredibly well preserved, offering a fascinating glimpse into life over 2,300 years ago. However, much of the city's history remains a mystery, and no one knows for sure how it ended up completely underwater. Lost plane wreck. Mike Barnett and his team dived near the Bermuda Triangle, hoping to uncover the wreck of a missing plane from the 1950s. They explored a site known as the 540 wreck, and initially believed it could be linked to a Canadian Navy Banshee aircraft that disappeared in 1958.
With visibility at nearly zero, the squadron leader orders evasive action to get out of the fog. As 4 planes go in, only 3 come out.
The Canadian pilot simply disappeared in the fog and was never seen again.
However, after examining the wreck, they identified it as an American plane.
There's part of the wing right there, I guess. Wow. Now, what kind of plane is it? That's what we gotta figure out.
Specifically, an F-2H Banshee used for reconnaissance. Further investigation revealed that the plane might have belonged to Lieutenant Peter Mongiardi, a pilot who survived a near-fatal accident on the USS Lake Champlain in 1954. The wreck found by Barnett's team could have been linked to this incident. They told all this to his son, who hadn't seen his father since he was 8. Cursed ship. The Swedish warship Mars, named after the Roman god of war, was one of the largest and most powerful ships of its time. It sank in the Baltic Sea during a ferocious battle in 1564, carrying over 800 people to the depths. For 450 years, The exact location of the shipwreck remained a mystery, but in 2011, divers and archaeologists finally discovered the wreck. They found the ship incredibly well preserved, thanks to the cold and low oxygen waters of the Baltic. Among the remains of the Mars were human bones. Remnants of the sailors who had been aboard when it sank. Mars is sometimes referred to as a cursed ship because of the tragic loss of life and its eventual fiery destruction during the battle. Invention.
Frankly, we have no idea what might be down there. Exploration has been very limited. There are vast parts of the ocean about which we know absolutely nothing.
In 2008, a retired heart and lung surgeon from St. Paul, Minnesota, announced a groundbreaking invention, a scuba suit that allows humans to breathe liquid air. This suit uses a special solution of oxygenated perfluorocarbons, which could enable humans to dive to extreme depths of the ocean. This discovery raises the possibility that there might be highly advanced, intelligent life forms living underwater, potentially even civilizations that have been here longer than humans or extraterrestrials that have come from other solar systems.
As humans, we tend to believe that we have dominion over the Earth. But in the vast oceans beneath us, there could be all kinds of advanced civilizations. And they've come here from other solar systems and then came to our planet where they're now living underwater.
Some theorists suggest that deep-sea exploration could reveal species more advanced than humans, and perhaps extraterrestrials are already experimenting with life forms on Earth. The idea of making alien contact might not come from the sky, but from the depths of the ocean.
You have to wonder what else can emerge on Earth that we don't even know about.
Could there be more sophisticated life forms than us, not just on distant planets, but right here in our own oceans? Not aliens, but Earthlings.
Unexpected finds. The deep sea has always been a place full of mysteries from history. This group of friends were exploring deep in the North Sea. Everything was normal, but then they saw something at a distance that they never expected. A German soldier's motorcycle, which was in well-preserved condition, but no one knew how it ended up there. Then they also spotted an anchor and a deep-sea mine. Seeing all this, they got the idea that this area was used by German soldiers during World War II. Ancient sword. In October 2021, an amateur diver made an extraordinary discovery off the coast of Carmel, Israel, when he found a centuries-old sword while diving in the Mediterranean Sea. The sword, believed to be around 900 years old, is thought to have belonged to a Crusader knight.
It's a real good preservation sword made of iron.
Experts identified the sword as being made of iron and recognized it as part of the Crusader era, a period between the 11th and 13th centuries, when the Crusaders fought for control of the Holy Land.
Actually, it's heavy. It's heavy because of the stones that glue to it, also because it's iron sword and very big one.
The sword, which measures about 40 inches long, is remarkably well preserved, considering its age, and was discovered in a region historically known for its natural coves, which were used by ships during ancient times. Mysterious Island. The Solomon Islands, particularly Guadalcanal, are home to mysterious legends of giants and strange beings.
There are mysterious legends all over the Solomons. A lot of the stories in Guadalcanal tend to talk about giants, the relationship between people and giants.
These giants are said to have once roamed the islands, and some locals believe they still exist.
Flying into and out of mountains and volcanoes in the area.
With reports of UFO sightings over the islands, emerging from the ocean and disappearing into mountains.
There have been reports that objects, strange lights, actually rise up out of the waters, into the air, and move about for a period of time and then disappear. And often this is either witnessed from the beach.
They have been witnessed by locals, with some fishermen even feeling the heat as they pass. The connection between these giants, strange creatures, and UFO sightings has led some to speculate that the islands may hide secret extraterrestrial bases. The area's volcanic activity and location on the Ring of Fire may provide the energy needed for such mysterious activities. Mysterious plane wreck. In 1960, an A-3 Sky Warrior attack plane disappeared during a mission off the USS Saratoga aircraft carrier, which was operating in the Bermuda Triangle. The plane vanished without a trace, and all 8 crew members aboard were lost. Investigations into the wreckage found that it was located underwater in the Bermuda Triangle. The wreck could provide important clues to help understand why the plane disappeared, and if it's connected to other mysterious events in the region. The case remains one of the many that add to the eerie and unexplained mysteries surrounding the triangle. Piece of history. A diver went deep into the sea when he came across something truly bizarre. There, beneath the water, were 2 statues lined along with a well-structured floor that made it look like an ancient city. The statues had frozen, solemn expressions that gave the diver an eerie feeling, almost like he was witnessing something from another world. As he looked around, he couldn't shake the sense that he had discovered something incredible and mysterious. A piece of history lost to time. It was an experience that left him in awe, wondering what secrets the ocean was hiding. World War II plane. In 1943, during World War II, a US B-24 Liberator bomber was returning from a mission over southern Italy when it was hit by an enemy. The damaged aircraft attempted an emergency landing near Malta but crashed into the Mediterranean Sea. The wreckage was discovered in 2016, approximately 1.6 kilometers off Marsax's Loch, Malta, at a depth of 55 meters. Dives conducted in 2018 confirmed the presence of human remains.
This humility and honor drove every single one of us to go beyond the call of duty, to do our best to get this boy home.
In 2023, archaeologists successfully recovered these remains, believed to be those of Sergeant Newman. The cold water and low oxygen at the bottom of the sea helped preserve the wreck well. Scary statues. A diver set out for an exciting sea exploration, but what he discovered underwater was beyond anything he could have imagined. As he swam deeper, he came across a haunting sight. Hundreds of human statues, all standing together in eerie silence. The statues, perfectly preserved, seemed to be a part of an ancient, lost civilization. They had solemn, frozen expressions that made the diver feel like he was witnessing something out of another world. The discovery felt almost surreal, as though the past had come alive beneath the waves. He couldn't help but wonder how they had ended up here, and what story they held from a time long forgotten. Pirate remains. Pirates, with their legendary stories of treasure and battles, still haunt the seas in ways we can't always explain. These scuba divers had come to observe fish behavior, but what they found gave them a glimpse of something from hundreds of years ago. I'm talking about a pirate whose skeleton was found on a sunk boat. In his hand was a sword, which suggested he had been involved in some kind of fight in his final moments. They observed it for a while, then decided it was better to leave the area. Deep sea giants. A group of friends in Greece believed that ancient giants once roamed the deep sea. They often went on deep sea explorations to investigate this, but they never found anything unusual. But one day, when they went even deeper than usual, they finally saw what they had believed in all along. Yes, I'm talking about the ancient giants whose statues were found there. They were so well preserved and expertly crafted that they looked almost real. But these statues were even bigger than they had expected, and seeing them left them so scared that they decided it was better to leave. Massive cannons.
Look at that. My goodness. Look at that.
Turns out, pirates didn't just steal treasure, they also dropped some serious firepower. Rick Lagina and his team, including diver Tony Sampson, traveled to Newfoundland in search of treasure connected to the infamous pirate Peter Easton. A notorious figure in the 17th century, Easton was known for his attacks along the eastern coast of North America. The team's goal was to uncover hidden riches linked to Easton's lost ships. During their deep-sea dive, they made an exciting discovery of 2 massive cannons lying on the ocean floor. These cannons were believed to be remnants of Easton's fleet, tied to the pirates' past activities. War submarine. The discovery of the HMS Triumph, a British submarine that went missing during World War II. After 81 years of mystery, Greek diver Kostas Thakterides and his team found the wreckage of the Triumph in June 2023, near the Greek island of Donosa in the Aegean Sea. The submarine was located at a depth of about 670 feet, finally bringing closure to the long unsolved mystery of its disappearance. The Triumph was a T-class submarine that had successfully completed 20 missions before vanishing in January 1942. It had been part of a mission to target enemy shipping routes, but after leaving Malta for a patrol, it lost contact with headquarters and was never heard from again. All 64 crew members aboard were lost. Ancient ship. In 2021, a team of underwater archaeologists carried out a mission to explore the sunken city of Thonis Heracleion. During their work, they found some incredible things, like an ancient ship called a galley from the Ptolemaic period. This ship had sunk when huge stones from a nearby temple fell during a disaster in the 2nd century BC. They also discovered a large mound of earth, which held offerings from Greek merchants and soldiers who lived in the city long before Alexander the Great. These findings show that Thonis Heracleion was a busy and important place. The city was Egypt's greatest port on the Mediterranean until it sank due to earthquakes, tidal waves, and the land slowly sinking over time. Underwater mystery.
Very unusual shape altogether.
The whole thing is.
Yeah.
Okay, well I think the best thing's get in the water and try it out.
Let's try it.
A team of archaeologists and divers investigates the Bimini Road, an underwater structure in the Bahamas that some believe might be man-made, while others think it's a natural formation. The large, structured blocks appear to be made of beach rock, which can fracture naturally into regular shapes. Some experts believe the blocks are around 3,000 years old, while others claim they are much older. An interesting aspect of the investigation is the discovery of granite blocks nearby, which is unusual because granite doesn't naturally occur in the Bahamas. Local accounts suggest that a captain in the 1920s, Webster, had brought cranes to the area to extract granite, possibly from the Bimini Road. World War II soldier. World War II ended long ago, but its remnants are still visible today, appearing in different parts of the world. A man was exploring the deep sea when he noticed something unusual. When he got closer to take a look, he was shocked to find it was a statue of a soldier, standing with a cross. He had no idea whose statue it was, or how it ended up there. Japan's Atlantis. Deep beneath the surface of the ocean lies a mystery that has puzzled explorers for decades. The Yonaguni Monument, often referred to as Japan's Atlantis, is an underwater formation located near Yonaguni Island in the Ryukyu Archipelago. Discovered in 1986 by diver Kihachiro Aratake, it features large, symmetrical structures resembling an ancient city, complete with flat platforms, steps, and straight edges. Some researchers, such as Professor Masaki Kimura, propose that it was created by an advanced civilization over 10,000 years ago, possibly connected to Japan's ancient Jomon culture. Others, including geologist Robert Chuk, believe the monument is a natural formation, shaped over millennia by tectonic shifts and erosion. Ancient statue. Sometimes the sea reveals its mysteries in the most unexpected moments. A group of divers from France was exploring the Mediterranean Sea, believing they were bound to uncover something connected to an ancient civilization, but after a long struggle, just as they were about to head back, they spotted a statue. When they got closer to take a look, they were stunned. It was almost exactly what they had been searching for. It was a statue of a queen holding a child, with a crown on the queen's head. Looking at it, everything suggested that this area belonged to the rulers of an ancient civilization. Salem Express. The Salem Express was a ferry ship that tragically sank in the Red Sea near Egypt in December 1991. The ship, carrying mainly Egyptian pilgrims returning from the Hajj, struck the Hindman Reef late at night while en route from Jeddah, Saudi Arabia to Safaga, Egypt. The impact caused a massive hole in the hull, and the ship sank within just 10 minutes, giving passengers little time to escape. Over 460 people were lost in the disaster. The wreck has become one of the world's haunted shipwrecks, with divers reporting eerie feelings, unexplained sounds, and strange occurrences at the site. Personal belongings of the victims, such as suitcases and toys, remain scattered in the wreck, making it a poignant and somber underwater memorial. Unexpected discovery. A group of divers were observing fish behavior in the deep sea when suddenly they noticed something unusual at a distance. At first, they had no idea what it was, but when they got closer, they were shocked. It was a statue of Jesus on a cross, and they had no idea how or when it had ended up there. The divers couldn't carry the statue alone, so they brought additional help with them. However, when they returned to the location, they were shocked to find that the statue was no longer there. It was surely a mystery in itself, one that wouldn't be easy to figure out. Blue light. Sometimes the sea holds mysteries that no one can explain. A fisherman came to explore the sea on his new boat, but suddenly he saw something in the water that shocked him. A mysterious blue light was visible in one spot, with no apparent source nearby. The light stayed like that for a long time, as if something below was trying to rise up, though it was too unclear to see. He was terrified, thinking that aliens were beneath the water and might grab him, taking him with them. So, he left the site. Secret Island. For centuries, sailors have searched for the elusive High Brazil, a phantom island believed to appear once every 7 years and vanish behind mists. First mapped in 1325, the island was said to contain a paradise-like environment, with strange accounts from explorers, including reports of glowing people and giant black rabbits. Irish lore imagines High Brazil as the homeland of the gods, a place of advanced civilization hidden by divine ordinance. Despite various sightings, including one in 1872, the island's true location remains a mystery. Some speculate it could be an ancient, high-tech civilization, or even an alien base, possibly serving as a portal or refueling station for extraterrestrial beings. Largest underwater sculpture. The Ocean Atlas is the biggest underwater sculpture in the world. It is in the waters near Nassau, the capital of the Bahamas. The sculpture was made by British artist Jason DeCaris Taylor and was shown to the public in 2014. It shows a young girl with her arms wide open like she's hugging the ocean. This is meant to show the connection between humans and the sea. The sculpture is over 16 feet tall and weighs about 60 tons. It's made from special materials that help coral and marine life grow around it. Over time, the sculpture has become a home for many marine lives. Luxurious yacht. A luxurious steam yacht built in 1897 for industrialist J. Rogers Maxwell was known for its elegance and advanced features. However, Its fate took a tragic turn on July 11, 1911, when it struck a submerged rock off the coast of the State Islands in Lake Superior, Canada. The damage caused it to sink, taking several crew members' lives. For decades, the wreck remained hidden. In 1967, a team of divers rediscovered it, revealing a well-preserved time capsule from the early 20th century. Today, the wreck is a popular spot for divers and maritime enthusiasts. Underwater volcanoes. Deep in the ocean's uncharted territories, there are volcanoes that remain largely unknown to most of us. They are found in the deep, dark parts of the sea, where the pressure is immense and light cannot reach. Though they may seem harmless from above, they release powerful bursts of lava and gas, creating strange and mysterious underwater landscapes. The heat from the eruptions can support unique life forms that survive without sunlight, relying on chemicals from them. Many believe these hidden volcanoes may hold secrets to Earth's past, and could even be linked to strange, unexplained phenomena in the ocean. Antikythera wreck. The Antikythera wreck, a trading ship that sank off the coast of the island of Antikythera in the Mediterranean Sea during the 1st century BC, has been a great archaeological site. Over the years, many ancient objects and treasures have been recovered from the wreck, though much still remains hidden beneath a heap of massive boulders, likely caused by an earthquake in the 4th century AD. Among the discoveries, archaeologists found a mysterious bronze disc, an arm from a statue, and the famous Antikythera mechanism. The bronze disc, featuring holes and an image of a bull, has sparked speculation, with some suggesting it might be of alien origin, though its true purpose remains unknown. Neptune Reef.
Build an artificial reef that's prolific, that's designed to encourage all the animals, and also be a good dive site. And that's why our motto is creating life after life.
Neptune Reef is located off the coast of Florida, hiding a mystery beneath the ocean's surface. It's not just a regular reef, it's filled with strange life-size statues. Some of them are of Neptune, the god of the sea, and others have an eerie, quiet presence. These statues were placed there as part of an art project, and over time, marine life has made them their home. The reef feels different, like a place where old myths and modern art meet in an underwater world. Divers love visiting, but many feel there's something deeper and more mysterious waiting to be discovered there.
It will be the largest artificial reef in the world, and it will be the only artificial barrier reef in the entire world.
Mysterious lights. A man was flying his drone by the shore in Peru, recording the entire surrounding view. Everything seemed normal at first, but then something unexpected happened suddenly. Green light began to appear in the water. Seeing this, the man immediately realized it could be linked to aliens, and there might be a UFO underwater.
Oh, it's moving?
However, the lights disappeared after a while, and no UFO appeared in front of him. Now, exactly what was happening, no one could say for sure.
Trying to figure out what this is off of the...
But since we've only explored 5% of the ocean, if the remaining 95% has any link to aliens, it wouldn't be too surprising. Christ of Abyss. While exploring the waters off the Italian Riviera, a diver came across something truly mysterious. It was a submerged statue of Jesus, known as the Christ of the Abyss, standing alone in the depths of the Mediterranean Sea. The 8-foot-tall figure dropped into the ocean in 1954, faced the unknown with a solemn, almost haunting posture. The diver noticed its corroded hand and the surface covered with sea creatures, making it look ancient and otherworldly. Despite being repaired and restored twice, the statue still held a strange, eerie presence. It seemed like a hidden secret, guarding the waters with an unsettling mystery no one could fully explain. Ancient relics. Deep beneath the South China Sea, a hidden collection of relics holds clues to an ancient history that has been forgotten over time. In September 2022, China carried out a remarkable deep-sea expedition in the South China Sea, recovering 66 cultural relics from underwater at depths of 2,000 to 3,000 meters. The discovered items included pottery, porcelain, copper coins, and ship plates, offering a glimpse into the region's maritime history. This was China's first underwater excavation at such extreme depths, marking a milestone in the country's efforts in underwater archaeology. The expedition used advanced technologies, including three-dimensional scanning and image data extraction, to help retrieve the artifacts. Strange lights. A group of workers saw strange lights in the water at a distance from their ship. There was nothing nearby that could explain where the lights were coming from. And this had them all puzzled. They observed it for a long time, and when they couldn't figure it out, they recorded a video and shared it online. After that, people offered various opinions about it, to some instantly believed that the lights were surely linked to aliens in that part of the ocean, while others thought the lights were coming from space, but no one could figure out the source. World deepest shipwreck. Sometimes, the deepest parts of the ocean hold the most remarkable stories. In 2023, explorers discovered the wreck of the USS Samuel B. Roberts, also known as the Sammy B, at a depth of around 6,700 meters in the Philippine Sea, making it the deepest known shipwreck ever found. It was a What-2 destroyer escort, famously involved in the Battle of Leyte Gulf in 1944, where it fought valiantly against a much larger Japanese fleet. Despite its size, it engaged the enemy with remarkable bravery before being heavily damaged and eventually sinking. The wreck was uncovered using advanced deep-sea exploration technology, and its condition was surprisingly well preserved. Unknown remains. Sometimes, the things we think are lost forever turn up in the most unexpected places. A group of experts were exploring the deep sea when they came across something they never expected to find there. At a distance, they spotted a plane that looked like it could be from World War II. When they got closer to take a look, they were stunned, as inside the plane was the skeleton of the pilot. It looked like the pilot had lost his life a long time ago for some unknown reason, as he was in a position that suggested he hadn't tried to escape. Plane wreckage. In 2023, deep-sea footage of a sunken passenger plane stirred confusion when some speculated that it could be the wreckage of Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370, which vanished in 2014. The footage, captured by an underwater explorer in the Mediterranean Sea, showcased a plane's wreckage resting on the ocean floor. People on social sites started to believe it was the lost plane, as its appearance seemed similar to the one believed to have disappeared over the Indian Ocean. However, experts soon clarified that this wreckage was unrelated to MH370. The wreckage was identified as part of a different aircraft, dispelling the initial misidentification. MH370, with 239 people on board, has remained one of the greatest mysteries of modern aviation. Chuk Lagoon. Chuk Lagoon is a place full of mystery, hiding secrets from the past. During World War II, it was a strong naval base for the Japanese Army. In 1944, the US launched a surprise attack called Operation Hailstone, sinking many ships and planes. Now, it holds over 60 wrecks, including warships and aircraft. Resting silently on the ocean floor, these sunken remains have become a haunting sight for divers. Some say they hear strange sounds or feel like they're being watched as they explore the wrecks. The water is clear, and vibrant coral covers the old ships, making it look like a forgotten world. Each dive into Chuk Lagoon feels like stepping into history, where the past still seems alive beneath the waves. Underwater train. Deep in the waters off the coast of New Jersey lies a strange and eerie locomotive graveyard. In 1985, divers and archaeologists discovered two rare locomotives resting 90 feet beneath the surface, dating back to the 1850s. How these massive trains ended up in the ocean remains a mystery. Some believe a storm caused them to fall off a barge while being transported from Boston, though there are hopes to eventually recover and restore these 15-ton trains. No concrete plans are in place to lift them from their watery grave. For now, they serve as a creepy and haunting landmark for divers brave enough to explore the deep. Dwarka Lost City. The lost city of Dwarka is a mysterious place said to have been built by the Hindu god Krishna, according to ancient stories. The city was thought to be full of grand temples and palaces, sitting on the coast of what is now Gujarat, India. However, when Krishna left the world, the city is said to have sunk into the sea, disappearing forever. In recent years, underwater explorers have found strange ruins deep in the waters off the coast of Dwarka. There are old stone structures, pillars, and walls that seem to be ancient. Some believe these ruins could be the remains of Krishna's lost city, but the true story of Dwarka, whether myth or reality, remains a mystery in itself.
This city could be one of the oldest civilizations known to man. They've found some walls and they found some stuff that carbon dates 32,000 years ago.
And now, let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day. Isn't it ironic that the ship claimed to be unsinkable drowns in the ocean on its very first voyage? You probably guessed it. It's the Titanic I'm talking about. Now let me take you back to 1912, when it was being built by the famous Harland and Wolff shipbuilders in Belfast. And just so you guys know, this was considered the largest, most luxurious ocean liner ever built. It was designed to sail forever, or so everyone thought. But not everything about the Titanic was as perfect as it seemed. There were warnings about icebergs, and critics pointed out that the ship didn't have enough lifeboats for everyone on board. Still, it sailed on the 14th of April 1912, fast and full of promise. With its growing popularity, it got its every cabin booked, and around 2,200 passengers set sail for the journey to New York. Among the passengers were some of the wealthiest people of the time, including John Jacob Astor IV, one of the richest men in the world, and Isidor Straus, the co-owner of Macy's. The Titanic continued its journey for about 2 hours and 40 minutes before everything changed. It struck a massive iceberg that had calved from a glacier in southwest Greenland. Within a few hours, the great ship was lost to the cold, dark ocean.
When you're traveling at 21 or 22 knots and you see iceberg dead ahead, there wasn't enough time to turn.
But the question is, could the collision have been avoided? The answer is maybe, with a 60% chance of yes. It's because the captains made a mistake. The ship's speed was pushed to the limit, even with warnings about icebergs in the area. Over 1,500 lives were lost, while about 700 survived, clinging to lifeboats or wreckage. It was a tragedy that shook the world. Then, after 73 years, the wreck was discovered in 1985.
You won't find bodies at Titanic. You won't find skeletons. The bones actually dissolve into solution very rapidly at that depth. What anybody who's explored the wreck finds.
And even today, items like leather shoes, china plates, bracelets, and many more are found, and expeditions still go down to discover the lost ship. So we could say that the Titanic wasn't just a ship. It was something that changed history.